What is going on? My name is zmoT, also known as Tmoz or Anon Moose. Now, I do not have the new temporary gunboat ability yet because of time zones, so Imitation Game is currently here, but obviously the trader is not quite here yet. So I don't have the new gunboat ability, so I won't be able to show that off quite yet. If you are in a future time zone, you may want to hold off on doing Imitation Game because that new gunboat ability is going to be great. Now, I call it a new gunboat ability. I know that a number of you pointed out the fact that it was in a bunch of sneak peeks. I believe it was in some sneak peeks for the Mega Turtle last time that was here. And I don't know if it was actually ever in-game, but I can say that this is the first time it's ever been a temporary gunboat ability. Now, I don't know, basically what I did was I went on the wiki and I checked and saw that it was not listed as a gunboat ability, and I do remember seeing it and or using it, but I can't remember if it was on the dev build or not. So if you happen to have footage of that previous ability being used that is not dev build, please let me know. I'd love to see it. Otherwise, I'm looking forward to it because I don't like Kavan just because I don't like the way he walks, and it's frustrating at times for me when I'm using Kavan. So if I can use Sparky or Brick or Bullet and have Kavan's Ice Shield, like I really enjoyed using Ice Shield back before Bullet came out, and it makes for far fewer losses when it comes to warriors. So I'm really looking forward to this ability. I think it's going to make for a lot of offensive power. And a lot of you pointed out, like, it seems like Supercell's really pushing the offense because the no shield gens, they keep touting this, no shield gens, no shield gens. So I don't know if that is specifically to get people more towards offensive playstyle, if that's part of their new play mode they're talking about coming in the fall / September / whenever the next update is. I don't know. It's going to be interesting to see. One more thing that was interesting is the fact that a bunch of you, I think Breaking Bad won the poll yesterday. I should probably check. And if you have poll questions, please let me know. I need to start doing giveaways for poll questions because I sit here and stare at the wall and try to think of a poll question because I don't want to have like red or blue. But at the same time, I also don't. I'm just stumped a lot of the time. So if you have a poll question you think would be interesting, please do let me know because I am often stumped. Why I'm dropping Everspark first is I'm really hoping she's going to spit out some critters here in a second, like that, and I'm hoping that they're going to clear the boom mine, but they didn't. Why I'm smoking troops, I don't really know. I don't think you need to smoke this part of this stage. Oh, look at that. The mines are low. We're on, gets to level 31. This is just terrible planning. So we'll just keep walking. I'm going to drop a med kit just in case we hit that mine, and then we'll use 2 smokes, and the only damaged building is that flamethrower, so yes, Everspark will target that, and we're not going to flare the core. I don't see the point to flare the core. We're just going to shock some things. And that should about do it. Goodbye, flamethrower. Goodbye, everything else. Good night, moon, and down we go. That's it. Let's check their statues. Probably. Oh, look at that. Actually, decent statue. Well done, Veggie. Beggy, Hard G, Soft G. Is it GIF or GIF? Maybe that should be the one. Hard G or Soft G. I know that it's a Hard G. GIF, but I say GIF. I know I shouldn't, and every time I say GIF, it upsets me like 1%. But that's just how it always was in my head. Kind of like, I don't know if you guys... Actually, that's what I'll do the poll question. Who's the best Archie character? And why I think about that is because when it came to Archie, I always thought the dude's name was Reggie? Reggie, that's what I always thought it was, because I had never heard of the name Reginald or Reggie. So it's just one of those things where you don't really understand it. I have a lot of words in my head that I don't know how to pronounce until I actually say them and someone says, that's totally wrong. Kind of like Colonel. Like, Colonel's the worst spelled word in the history of the English language, I think. If you can think of a word that is spelled worse than Colonel, please let me know. But nonetheless, let's keep going. We're using Zookas today because I don't have the patience to do other troops. the reason why I use Zookas, in case that wasn't clear, is because they're fast and they're easy. I know that there are other troop combos that are work against different VPs and different troop things, and I use Zookas because oops, forgot to throw the core. That would have been smart to do. I use Zookas because they're easy and fast, and you can clear your map in like 8 minutes with minimal losses once you get used to them. So, I mean, before Endless Reserves, I would clear my entire map without having to reload troops. So that's why I use Zookas, and I recommend them, and I know that it turns into a bit of a monoculture, but this game at the high level is a complete monoculture. It's all Zookas. Like, that's a spoiler alert. You might as well learn them now, because you're going to need them if you progress further in the game on the operations side. Obviously on the PvP side, that isn't necessarily the case, but I just think that it's a good base troop. Now, as far as other base troops, I'm thinking about doing a low-level map clear video without smoke. Like, I don't know. Let me know if you think that's going to be useful. A bunch of people have been asking about low-level stuff lately, and I have been clearing my map on my HQ18, I think it is, without any difficulty at all using warriors. I think that warriors are by far the best troop you can use at a low level, and so if you have interest in seeing that, let me know. It's a weird mix of throwing out... oh, please clear that mine. Oh, Everspark was supposed to clear that mine, but she never did. Oh, there we go. Not max level mine. Not even a level 8. I think I'm level... oh, Xyler! We've totally had this dude before. We're gonna flare the core this time, since I failed to do it every time before now, and we're gonna shock like so, I guess. That should do it. Now, why I'm using Everspark is just because I forgot to change heroes. You should not be using Everspark for long corner walks. You should be using Brick. Yeah, Brick. I was gonna say something like... no, not Kavan. Brick, or Bullet. Oh, that was another one of... I swear they must add up your statues. I think that's what they're doing, is adding up the statue values to see the strongest bases, because there's no other reason for these terrible rainbow statues to be featured so prominently. Like, it just doesn't make sense to me. There's going to be ice back there. Yes, ice, greens, purples, weird mixes. Let's get our I was going to say our boy Brick out, but Brick is not a boy, I don't think. What else do we have to talk about? I've got family arriving today from Australia, so I am going to be minimally online, and plus the weekend's coming, so that's kind of a given. But we'll just have to play it by ear. I don't really know what's going to happen at this point, but we'll see how it goes. I'm probably expect that I don't release a lot of stuff after about, say, 6 hours from now. But who knows? You never know. Maybe they're bringing 3 more kids to my house, so I'm going to have a bajillion kids in my house. Now, that shock mine, I am not overly concerned about, as long as we throw our next smoke at a reasonable timeline, and then keep our next smokes on top of that going out of that. Basically throw your smokes as late as you possibly can after hitting a shock mine. It works well. You don't have to worry too much about shock mines as long as you are somewhat careful. Oh, that rocket launcher is going to wreck the corner of my troops. Probably should have parked a little bit closer to it. Oh, are we going to fail? It's going to be really close. Okay, there we go. Whew, that rocket launcher behind the core took basically all of my troops. Maybe you want to walk up the left side. I don't know. I thought that my path was good, but I clearly should have moved my last flare slightly closer, because that was way too close for comfort. Stage 7 of 7. Sorry, coffee time. 1 sec. Oh yeah. Let's shock mine there again. Max level mine. We do not have to smoke beach, I don't think. You can see that where the dark sand starts. That's kind of the guide of where you need to smoke, and I think we're going to be below that. So we're going to risk it a little bit. I'm going to park right where that shock mine is, so I don't really care about that. I think we can go with no mine clearers. This could be terrible, but for those of you who don't, like, you can use heavies to clear mines, but it's way cheaper to use brick. Let brick clear your mines. You're going to have to use 2 flares to get back there anyways. So as long as we can sneak underneath that rocket launcher, which it seems like we can, we should be okay. So I'm going to flare right onto that mine, drop our smoke. It's going to be very... Okay, there we go. Now, as long as brick doesn't hit that boom mine, doesn't look like she's going to. Lost a couple ladies to that boom mine, but overall, we're doing pretty well on the mine clear. Now, my only concern is that I really, really hope brick doesn't pull up short, because if she does... Oh, good, she didn't. Okay, so now we need to get into here. I'm going to throw my smoke at the absolute last second. You see I delayed a little bit because we're going to hit the shock mine underneath the smoke. We're going to hit battle orders. I'm going to flare the core eventually, right about now, I guess. And then we're going to shock like that, and like that, and like that, I guess. Should be pretty straightforward. Done like dinner. Pretty easy. Mines, when you have a base like that, you want to have mines up the front so they actually have to clear them, because otherwise brick causes some separation from your Zookas and clears them all herself. Poor base design by whoever that was. Let's check the rewards because they're usually pretty terrible. Not even 1 frag. At least we got an intel. 2 frags. Whoop, whoop. That's not bad. A shard and an intel. Intel. 2 frags. Shard. 3 frags. So, not good, but at least we get a bunch of stuff, and I still have not been raided in days, I don't think. Let's check out my activity log. Oh, I got raided once, so still have max iron, but raided once. They got a defense against some Chinese dude. Low VP life is so, so strange. But that's it. That's all. Imitation game. Wait for it. Wait for the gunboat ability. You will not regret it. And I shall talk to you soon enough. Send me your poll questions, please. Please, please, please. Anyways, I'm zmoT. Thanks for coming in. Talk to you soon.